And do yours. Really, Vincent? Seriously, you just throw your case on the table? No, never mistake my courtroom for your home. Right. Court calls the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael O'Leary.
Michael Vincent on behalf of Michael O'Leary.
This is the date and almost time for the continuation of preliminary examination in this matter.
Absolutely. Just to confirm, we are on YouTube, correct? Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
At the last hearing, the people said I do not have any additional witnesses. Deputy Corona is here.
Mr. Benson.
Yes, I'd like to call Deputy Corona to the stand.
Did he? Benson? I wasn't listening. All right. Sir, please come forward and be sworn.
Solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Proceed. State, spell your first and last name for the record, please.
Matthew Corona, MATTHEWKORONA.
May I inquire?
Deputy, how long have you been a deputy?
On the road 5 years.
Prior to that, jail?
2 years. Approximately.
Okay. And you've, last 5 years, you worked the road,
Yes, sir.
taking calls.
Yes, sir.
On February 9th, it started at the 9th and went into the 10th. Is that fair?
I started at midnight, so at night.
Okay. Did you take a call at that address?
Yes, sir.
Did you encounter a Jessica Kirkland?
Yes, sir.
And did she make several reports to you about a variety of incidents that she had with Michael O'Leary? Now I'm going to ask you about some of those. Were one of those incidents, and it's in the police report, page 11 of your report, I want to refresh your memory.
Do you want me to move it up to a mic? He's got it.
Well, maybe I just read it to him and if he agrees with it. It says in your report, Michael punched her in the head several times, Michael O'Leary. Is that correct? You remember taking that report?
I remember taking that report. I can't say that section that report in my report. Yes, sir.
I'm reading it verbatim to you.
Yep.
And would you agree with me that Michael O'Leary is about 6 or well over 200 pounds?
Approximately, sure.
Okay. And Ms. Kirtland, more than one time told you that she was punched in the face, correct? Head in the face. Okay. Did she say both head and face?
I don't know.
Okay. Have you seen people who got punched in the face during 5 years on the road?
I would say so, yes.
Have you seen people who get punched in the face by a man 6'4", approximately well over 200 pounds?
Actually,
Do they, assuming the punch lands squarely in the face, is it your experience that causes severe injury?
strong.
That's wrong.
I can't say it always happens or it doesn't always happen.
Does it happen? Sometimes so.
I'm sure it does, yeah.
And in your experience, have you seen people punched in the face by a large man several times? If you can't recall, that's fine. Okay. All right. You heard a report that she was dragged or ended up near a stump on her property, which I think it's a kind of a half oval shaped driveway, gravel driveway. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
And there's a stump somewhere kind of towards the top of that oval near the house.
Somewhere on the property.
Do you remember her telling you that it was laying down there and something penetrated her that was cold? Do you remember? And do you remember her giving you any kind of detail about that?
Besides that, it was told she wasn't part of my.
She ruled that out, correct? Now, did you ever look for that? You and Sergeant Thompson showed up there also, correct?
Yes, sir.
And there was one other deputy that arrived. As a matter of fact, the deputy who ended up arresting Michael O'Leary. Did anybody look for that, I'm going to call it, object?
I did not. I assume that other deputies did because I had an extensive conversation with Jessica.
Did you see anybody looking for that object?
I can't say that for sure.
Do you have any information that that object was recovered?
No.
If you did, it'd be in your police report, correct? So nobody told you that they recovered an object, because otherwise it would be in there. It's a pretty comprehensive report, and you'd put it in there. Do you know if a dog was called out to look for that object? Were you informed that Miss Kirtland was on her period or begun her period at that time? Okay, you were told that. Okay. Now, did anybody, to your knowledge, go around that tree stump, walk around it anywhere, and look for that object? You remember a conversation in the barn between you, Sergeant Thompson, and Miss Kirtland when Sergeant Thompson, asked about going to the hospital?
I can't recall.
Do you remember her asking, do you need to go to the hospital? And Miss Kirtland said, no, I've had concussions before.
I can't recall that exact statement, but I'm sure I asked her at one point if she wanted to go.
And then do you remember Sergeant Thompson asking her, no, this would be for a stain kit for an examination that the hospital does for sexual assault?
I don't recall that specific question.
Do you remember her turning down that request? You don't remember that? You remember when you asked Ms. Kirtland, how did Michael O'Leary lose his front tooth? And she told you, I punched it, knocked it out?
Saying she punched him in the face, knocking his tooth out.
Okay. In your practice and training, is it usually the case that people who were sexually assaulted are requested to go to the hospital for a SANE examination? You know what a SANE examination is, correct? Which is a specialized nurse looks for signs of penetration of a woman's vagina. In your training experience, you recall that being the protocol? So it wouldn't be unusual for her to be asked to have a SANE examination. Do you know if she ever had a SANE examination? On your police report, I'll dial up the page. There's a section called Domestic Violence Supplement Report. Do you remember filling that out?
I did not know that.
You remember it being included in your report? Do you know who filled that form out?
Deputy.
Pardon me?
Deputy.
Did you have a chance to review it? You remember under there's like a breakdown of victim, suspect, relationships, medical treatment, things like that. You're familiar with the form, obviously.
Yes.
Now, on victim, it's checked alcohol. Would that mean, according to your training and experience, that means the victim had some type of alcohol in her system?
Such, yes.
Okay. Also, the word calm was checked. So, do you remember that being checked for the victim?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And down at the bottom, it says medical treatment is checked none. Do you remember that, seeing that? There's talk about consumption of vodka out of a vodka bottle. Did you ever recover the vodka bottle?
No.
There's an accusation that the security system was messed up, tinkered with, destroyed, and so, I don't know exactly, but ruined or wrecked, that excuse me. Ms. Kirtland said that her security system had been destroyed by Michael O'Leary. Do you remember that? Was the security system ever recovered? You know if it was fingerprinted? Do you know that there was I forget exactly what you call them, those door cameras that record people going up to the door? Do you remember seeing that at the house? So nobody got a hold of a door cam, correct? To your knowledge? Okay. Now, there also was an accusation while Miss Kirtland was laying down by this tree stump that a motor vehicle came up to her so close that the bumper hit the tree, not her, hit the tree. Did anybody look around and take pictures of the tire tracks there?
I don't recall saying that a truck hit a tree, but I can also say I didn't look for tire tracks.
Nobody looked for tire tracks.
Not to my knowledge, I didn't.
Now, the weather conditions there, even though it was February, there was no snow on the ground, correct? And did anybody take pictures of the truck tire to see if there was grass on it?
I know I didn't.
Okay. Within the report, there were several mentions of her hair being pulled. The photographs that I've looked at, and I imagine you've looked at, shows Miss Kirtland with long hair. Did anybody collect any hair that was pulled out of her head?
I did not collect any loose hair.
Did you see any loose hair around?
I didn't observe any.
Did you look on the couch in the living room? Did you look in the truck? And nobody reported to you, I have a bunch of long brown hair. You're right, could I have a minute?
Yes.
So as far as you, there was no investigation on whether or not a large truck, there's a large truck we're talking about, correct? Yeah. Pickup truck. Large wheels. If you remember, if you don't remember.
I can't recall.
No, it's okay.
That's also open to interpretation.
Yeah. But as far as you know, there was no investigation of whether or not this large truck went off the gravel roadway onto grass in and around that stump we've been talking about.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you. Coming on your day off.
Really? Any questions?
Deputy, is this your report here? Your Honor, may I approach the witness with
You
this
may.
report? Thank you. Brought that up to you because I'm going to direct you to a couple of specific pages. First, I want to talk about the lethality report, the form that's a standard form that Deputy Knott filled out. Mr. Vincent asked you about the box that is checked with the word alcohol. Do you recall that line of questioning? And Mr. Vincent asked you, does that mean that a victim had alcohol? And then I didn't write out the rest of the question. Do you recall that? And your answer was something along the lines of, I believe so. Do you recall that? When you answered that question, did you understand defense counsel to be, generally speaking, when that box is checked, does it mean that a victim has consumed alcohol?
General use.
That's how you were answering that question, in the general use.
Yes.
You were not answering that question to indicate that this particular victim had consumed alcohol or was exhibiting signs of intoxication.
About that box being checked. During review.
Should not have been checked.
Should not have.
Let's talk about the should not have been checked part. When you interacted with the victim, did you observe any signs of intoxication of her? Did you receive any evidence by viewing her or speaking to her that indicated to you that she was intoxicated by the use of alcohol? What about intoxicated by the use of any other substances? Thank you. Thank you for clarifying there. Turning your attention to page 9 of your report, and let me know when you're there. Mr. Vincent asked you a couple of questions. He asked you about the victim telling you that she had been punched in the head or the face, and you said you couldn't recall exactly what you said. Recall this line of questioning? I'm on page 9 of 19. I'm in the last paragraph. And if Your Honor, if I may approach the witness, I can.
Yes, you may.
Thank you. I apologize for my time up there, Your Honor. I'm on
No, it's
page
okay.
9 of my report, and I want to make sure Mr. Vincent
I'm
has
on
the
page
same
9.
copy as me. And he does.
9 is a 29 on yours.
Yes, it's not the same 9 as Deputy Corona's, however. He's on a different 10. So, Deputy Corona, I have marked a little section there of where I'm at on our page 9 of your report. If you could read that out loud for us.
At which time Michael punched her in the head several times.
Thank you. That's taken from your section of your report where you are outlining what Jessica is telling you, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. I am going to turn to page 10 of my report. I'm still in the narrative of Jessica, so I'm going to come up, if Your Honor allows, to the witness
Yes.
stand. Thank you. On page 11, is that your right?
Nope, I'm still on 10 now.
Perfect, thank you. So we're all on page 10, and I'm in the second to last paragraph,
Yeah.
and I'm going to start here. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Vincent asked you a line of questioning regarding the victim's statement to you about the penetration. Do you recall that line of questioning? I'm on page 10 of your report. I've outlined a specific section for us. Could you please read that into the record?
Michael pulled her shoes off and pulled her pants off and shoved something into her vagina. Jessica was unaware of what it was that was shoved into her, but described it as being cold and knew it was not part of Michael. Jessica confirmed the object.
Thank you. Just again to confirm, that is part of your narrative report of the information that Jessica provided you on scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Turning away from the report, you were asked a line of questioning about whether or not you searched the scene for an object that could have been used to penetrate Jessica. Do you recall that line of questioning? Fair to say there are a few other officers on scene with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sergeant Thompson, Deputy Knott, Deputy Lowe
Well,
was not on scene. Was he in the hospital?
he went to the scene the night or the day after.
Day after. Thank you. Thank you. So he was on scene, just not that night.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying for me. My apologies on that. You don't know whether Sergeant Thompson or Deputy Knott looked for an object that night. You don't know whether Deputy Lowe looked for an object the next day. Thank you. You were asked a line of questioning about whether you found, I'm going to use the word clumps of Jessica's hair on scene. Do you recall that line of questioning? At any point, did Jessica tell you that the defendant pulled her hair out of her head?
Can't pull it out.
If I were to tell you that I reviewed your report, and fair to say that nowhere in your report does it say that she said he pulled her hair out of her head. Thank you. Your Honor, if I may approach the witness with People's Proposed Exhibits 1 through 4, I have already provided these to defense counsel.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a stipulation to admission? Or do you want me to lay the foundation?
To the exam, yes.
Thank you.
1 through 4, for
Thank
example.
you. And I apologize, Your Honor, I'm purposely not using the screens because we're on YouTube and the sensitive nature of these photos. Deputy, turning your attention to Exhibit 1, could you please describe for the court what we're looking at here?
That'd be a picture of Jessica's face. She has some markings to her face as well as her neck and upper chest area.
Now, when you say markings, if I were to use the word injuries, would that be an appropriate word as well?
Yes.